You've heard hydroquinone can fade dark spots fast, but is it safe? Does it work long term? And how do you avoid the horror stories? Let's break it all down with science. Hydroquinone works in 3 ways. First, as a tyrosinase inhibitor. It actually blocks it. That's the enzyme that drives melanin production. At 4% or higher, it actually damages melanocytes to reduce that pigment formation. As it does so, it also produces oxidative byproducts. Oxidative damage actually ages your skin, can make things worse, so you need antioxidants right along with it to support repair, to support recovery. That has to be baked into your routine. Hydroquinone comes in 2 strengths, in 2% and 4%. You need a prescription for it, in the US anyway. The formulas come in different types also. So creams can be soothing, but gels, they absorb better, but they also dry you out. Pairing hydroquinone with acids or retinoids can actually help it penetrate better, but it comes with a trade-off. You're looking at potentially irritating your skin a lot and causing inflammation, which may actually cause you to have to stop the acids and the retinoid and hydroquinone to get your barrier in shape that you can restart and reuse it again. So only do that if your skin can handle it. So let's say you have a prescription. What's the clinical protocol? How do you use it? To use it correctly, first thing you want to do is patch test it. You have to do this for at least 3 days. Now, I would recommend, the back of your neck or behind your ear. If you see significant redness, if it's redder than what it was by even a factor of 10%, then you do not want to proceed. You're going to end up with more damage if you do. So just stop right there. If you don't have redness, then the second step is to apply it, use it, but use it at night only and use it only on the pigmentation. This is not something you apply all over your face. What it does is actually lighten pigmentation. So let's say I have a blob of pigmentation here and I apply it all over my face. It's going to lighten this, but it's also going to lighten this. So you're still going to look like you're hyperpigmented. You only want to apply it to the areas of pigmentation. The only exception is when a dermatologist has specifically told you to apply it all over your face. Next thing you want to do is cycle it. What does that mean? You cannot stay on hydroquinone indefinitely. I'm going to talk about the risks and the side effects. You must cycle off, start tapering down after 8 weeks. Now they tell you can use it for up to 12 weeks. You do not cold turkey cut it out. So what you do is at the end of 8 weeks, you start reducing your usage of it so that by the time that 12-week mark comes around, you are then able to stop. This is very important. Please do not use it longer than prescribed. You are going to end up damaging your skin even further. And every single day, without fail, you must use sunscreen. You are going to be very photosensitive with it. And if you don't use sunscreen, you're also going to keep reversing any help that hydroquinone is giving you. So apply at least SPF 30. My preference would be for at least SPF 40. Reapply diligently. Give your barrier the support it needs with things like panthenol, with ceramides, as well as antioxidants. Now let's get into some of the safety stuff before we talk about what your warning signs while you're using hydroquinone are. Now, hydroquinone isn't banned in the US, but it is regulated, and that's for a good reason. Prolonged use can actually cause pigmentation, these blue-black patches that can show up anywhere on your face, on your skin, that are actually very hard to reverse. In most cases, they really are permanent. So in trying to treat some pigmentation, if you go overboard with hydroquinone, you could end up with very large, splotchy, blue-black patches that look worse than whatever your original pigmentation did. For this reason, hydroquinone is actually banned in the EU. The risk of getting that pigmentation and the number of people that report it is not worth of trying to treat pigmentation that could be dealt with hydroquinone. So what are early warning signs where you might be running into issues that you need to either discuss with your dermatologist on an urgent basis or stop hydroquinone use? Well, things like redness or burning that last more than 24 hours, flaking or dryness, that's running into barrier damage. And if your barrier is damaged and you start using hydroquinone on top of it, you are going to be in for a rough ride. If you see any signs of blue-black patches, stop immediately and contact your dermatologist. Slightest bit, faintest bit, whatever, you really have to stay very vigilant. I recommend that you actually take pictures. Daily doesn't make sense, but take it every 3 to 4 days. Try to do it in the same light, in the same place, and cover all angles. So that way you'll know exactly what your skin looked like, the last time or the time before that, and you can compare to see what those pigmentation changes are. Sometimes we miss things with the naked eye that the camera can help you catch. And of course, if you have any hives or swelling, stop immediately, get medical help. That's an allergic reaction. So let's say you're still interested in it. What scenarios, what types of pigmentation issues does this work best for, and what types of timeframes are we looking at? Number one is epidermal post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. That fades in about 4 to 8 weeks with prescription strength, so the 4% version. Well, what about dermal pigmentation? It may lighten it, it may work on some, but really you're going to need lasers to treat dermal pigmentation. There is no guarantee that hydroquinone can fade dermal pigmentation. It may work, but it may not. That's a risk you're going to have to evaluate for yourself. And lastly, it works for melasma. Now, you may still need combination therapy with some other methods. You are looking at 12 weeks or more to fade melasma, and you will still have to control your triggers after you're done treating it, because with melasma, you never truly get rid of it. It just lies dormant until triggers happen and it'll come back. So hydroquinone can make a real difference, but it's not the full story. To get long-term results, you need more than suppression. You need support from ingredients that speed up cell turnover, and you're going to need a maintenance skin routine. In part 2, we'll break down how tretinoin, vitamin C, and exfoliants can unlock deeper, longer-lasting results, and how to transition from hydroquinone without triggering rebound pigmentation. Follow me if you want to use hydroquinone with strategy, not guesswork. A quick call out for my melanated ladies. For darker skin tones, you probably want to start at 2%, not 4%, to see how you do with it. It's just safer. You can bump up if you need to, but it's lesser risk for side effects.